Hi guys, so today I'm going to show you how to reconnect your subwoofer to your soundbar in any case you find yourself in a scenario whereby they are not pairing with each other or connecting to each other. First thing first, if you see your soundbar has this red icon right over here on the pairing ID, it indicates that it's not connected to the bar. What you have to do is just ensure that the bar is actually connected to power supply. For our case, because it's just an example, I had to turn it off. And now when I plug it on, let's see what happens. Now the bar is turning on. You see the LED is still red. So you give it some time and then you see now it's blinking blue. A stable blue indicates that there's a connection in between. And if you find yourself not having that stable blue icon, first thing first, ensure that the subwoofer and the bar are not far apart from each other. So the first thing you have to do is bring them closer, like in our scenario right over here. They're close, and now we have the blue light being stable. Now, step number 2, because this is the scenario that you'll find yourself, whereby it's either blinking, the blue light is flashing, or you have the red light. What do you do in such a scenario? Let me just turn back off the bar. The bar is off and you see it's blinking. It's trying to connect to the bar, but it can't connect. If this happens, you see it's trying to connect, but it can't connect because now it's off. But for a scenario now, everything is on and it's not yet connecting. So what you do is you come here, we have a reset ID button right here. Long press on this button for 5 seconds until you see the red icon, the red light here flashing. So let's do that. You see now it's red, yeah? So this indicates that it's totally not connecting to the subwoofer. So long press on it. Let's start 5 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So right now it's blinking to mean it's trying to connect with the subwoofer, with the bar, sorry. So it's trying to connect with the bar, and you see, let's give it time and see what happens with the blinking blue light. It should stabilize once it's connected to the bar. Let's give it time. It's still blinking, so it means it's not yet connected. Until the blue light stops flashing, it's when it will have connected with the bar. If that prolongs, now come to the bar. Now that you've turned the bar on the remote here we have these circle right over here. There are buttons here. Now press on the up one. Long press on it for roughly 10 seconds while pointing your remotes towards the LED we have right over here. You see it's still blinking, so I'll do this. I press on it for 10 seconds. Now 10 seconds, 10 seconds, still look at the display. So here it's written ID set. So when it's written this ID set, it means it should now be able to pair with the subwoofer. So let's give it time to see if the blinking is going to stop right over there. And now you see it has stopped, to mean that you've been able to connect your soundbar with your subwoofer successfully. If all that does not work, now try this step. Remove all these, the bar and the subwoofer from power. I'll remove this one from power and then remove this from power. Try to drain the power from the system by tricking the subwoofer, the soundbar. Now that it's disconnected, try and trick it. You long press on here for roughly just 30 seconds. So you count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 until 30 seconds elapse. So what you're trying to do in this scenario is just to discharge the power we have on this particular soundbar. And once that is done, put the power cables back on and then try reconnecting the two devices. That should work for your case. If that does not work, now you go to the final step. This final step involves resetting the soundbar so that we start pairing it afresh. And how do you do that? Turn on the bar, just turn it on like this, and once it's on, double press on the volume up and volume down button until you see on the display here written initialize. So what you do is you press on it. Let me just press on them at the same time for 10 seconds. Now we're already at 2, 3. You see it's written initialize, so this means we've reset the bar. And after this initialization resetting, you should now do the same procedure, whereby when it's on there, you long press on this upper part of the remote for 10 seconds until you see it's written. Now it's okay. So once that is done, it has finished resetting and initializing. So you long press on this part, the upper part of the remote, for 10 seconds until you see it's written here, set ID. You should now be able to connect to your subwoofer. If you've tried all that and it's not working now, at this point, I know you have a question. What if you don't have the remote? Will you be able to do this? It will be quite difficult to pair the devices if you don't have the remote to perform this procedure. The only procedure you can do without the remote is now resetting, and then you long pressing on the reset button we have over here. That's why it's a physical button, because when you long press on this, it will be able to pair itself to the bar quite easily in case you don't have the remote. Otherwise, take good care of your remote, because it will be quite handy in case you find yourself in this scenario. If you've tried all that and you see here it's blinking blue, and then the bar is functioning but you're still not getting that deep bass from the subwoofer, then it means definitely your subwoofer has mechanical issue that needs electrical repair. So that is it. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to leave a like, and don't forget to subscribe for other alternative solutions to your soundbars like this one. See you next time.